Jammers, welcome back to another Animal Jam video, and today we are going to be talking about Rosy's revelation behind the scenes. Now today we're actually going to be talking about the episodes that I made called Rosy's Revelation, and I'm just going to be going over a few questions and some stuff you guys might want to know about it. And this video is going to be long because it is basically like an interview writing. I don't know much about writing scripts, but the overall plot to plan out is very hard. Like, it'll take me up to about 20 minutes to just figure out how to record and where to move. Then I write down the dialogue and every movement that will be happening, which takes 30 minutes. Then I have to go record each individual person together. Also make sure the audio matches and isn't wrecked. Then I put those clips together, which takes another 30 or less minutes. Then I record all the dialogue I wrote down with voice acting, which takes another 15 minutes, which all in all I have to edit it to. Characters. Now this is the hard part. Even though each episode is very short, I want to introduce new characters, but trying to match my voice with their personalities can become hard. Prince is my favorite just because of his funny comments, but the hard part is when I go over it and finish putting sound effects and different music for the effects, I will notice that sometimes I'll mumble and you can't hear my voice clearly. So that is basically a obstacle, and I'll have to go re-edit everything. Future episodes. If you can tell, it is marked season 1, and I'm hoping to make a season 2, which is a stretch, but sometimes people like finding a series on a certain channel and binge watching. And binge watching is fine with mine because they're so short that it'll only take about an hour probably to do the whole season. Knight's character. Now, he's a very tricky voice because you have to make sure your voice is kind of mumbly, but not too much to where you can't really hear the character. And he has only had like 15 seconds of airtime, but that's enough to know that he has been watching Rosy, and that he is very hot-headed. But from those seconds, we also figured out that he has power. He said he had the power to kill her, and we have to choose to infer that he is very powerful in some way, and it sort of suggests magically powerful. Empress's character. Now, she's another one of my favorites, but she does act too good to be true. She is a very close friend to Rosy, but maybe too close in sometimes. And Rosy seems to be more open about the portal and weird notes to her than Prince, that we will later figure out is a bad move. Overall, Empress is a highish voice where you kind of have to tilt your voice a little bit to where you can reach a girly kind of stuff. Prince's character. I've been waiting forever to talk about him. So to voice him, I have to talk to the side of my mouth with Empress's voice too. And he is a funny character. He is my ultimate favorite because he's very honest and isn't very suspicious, but does worry about Rosy. I feel like later on in the series we will see a change in his mood and about life. Hopefully we can get a good breaking point to show the characters to the watcher. Rosy's character. Finally, we get to her. She's a very complex character. She is loyal to her friends and sometimes too loyal. She immediately trusts people, which we will later see will change as she finds a guard she puts up. Letting people into her home all the time can sometimes be bad. In the beginning of episode 1, she makes cards for the neighbors to know her better. She's definitely an overachiever and very outgoing, but does have sort of a dark side to her. Now here's some questions you guys might ask in the comments. Dens. Knight's evil lair is actually my den, and so is Rosy's. Later, more dens will come into play as she meets new people. To get the characters in the same room is hard because I have different accounts I log into in the same tab because I don't move them at the same time, if you notice. Voice acting tryouts. Yes, I will open some for characters to where I have run out of ideas. More of you guys would like to be part of the episode, but it would be a huge difficulty to get you guys to submit it and edit ending. I love these endings so much because if you notice near the end, Rosy sort of talks to herself with some moral or understanding, trying to really go over the episode and what she really learned today. I try to make each episode to where she learned something new. Title. Rosy's Revelation was kind of hard title to come up with, but revelation actually means like a secret that someone is keeping or a story to where a secret is involved. Obviously, I plan to where the end there will be a huge finale season reveal. Why red? At the beginning, you will see the color red in each title slide. This color isn't on any of the characters, but it is usually used for a prey to scare the predators. This is sort of Rosy's story. Spoiler, you will see other scarier characters meant to be powerful that will be scared of her, which kind of shows. Outfits. None of the characters change costume, only Rosy. And she has sort of an innocent, gullible kind of look, which will completely change by the end of the series. She will be more exposed to heartbreak and betrayal, which isn't something fun to look forward to in the season. And that is basically it. This video is like raw audio, it's not edited heavily, it's supposed to be long because some people actually care about how I make sure plot ties in, but I'm not a professional. Like I said, these episodes, these seasons mean so much to me just because I like making something on my own. I like putting everything together. And my favorite part when making a video is talking, letting you guys know my opinion. But my next video will actually be another episode of Rosy's Revelation. I'll post it every other time I post a new normal video, which is kind of cool because I sometimes run out of ideas. videos. Now, if you want to know how I upload them and how I get them on schedule, is basically I usually work ahead. I'm an overachiever. I work ahead and I go and I schedule. Like, I have 2 episodes already scheduled. Like, the one after this, done, scheduled. Everything uploads on point with me. Since school is starting, it's gonna be kind of hard, but I hope you guys like this interview just because you guys get to see kind of what I think about everything. It's really cool actually sometimes how everything puts in, like the minor details are kind of pretty cool to like look around and actually notice. If she's writing a card for something that's important, you know, you don't put in a minor detail. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like down below if you actually want to see me talk about more about Rosy's revelation and how I put everything together. If you're new here, subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next Rosy's revelation episode.